Today we're going to learn about find and replace. I've got a document here that teaches us how to use a Rubik's Cube. I'm going to use that as an example. So let's say we have this document and we're trying to figure out how many times we've used the word Rubik's because we're not sure if it's spelled right. So to do that, we're going to go up here to the Home tab, click Home, which I already have open here, and then you're going to go to the Editing section. We have Find and Replace. Now, you don't have to memorize, again, all the shortcuts in Word, but this is one you'd probably want to memorize. It's Control F for Find, and then Control H for Replace. So I'm going to be using those shortcuts instead of going to this menu item. So back in the document, let's hit Control F for Find, and this navigation appears over here on the left. And let's type in Rubik's. As you can see on the right, it's highlighting the word Rubik's because it found it, and it says right here on the left, one result. So it's only like that one time. But I know the word Rubik's is in here at least 2 more times, so what happened? So let's take a look down here. You can see it's spelled with an X, R-U-B-I-X, and that's why it's not appearing. So we have some misspelled Rubik's in there. But how many misspellings do we have? So let's, in our navigation, let's go and change that to an X. If I mouse over this first result, it says it's on page 1. This one says page 2, and it's giving me the context of where it's appearing. If I want to jump to one of these, I can left click right here, and now it's showing me on page 2, and it's highlighting the word Rubik's spelled with an X. Okay, so let's close that navigation. I'm going to scroll back to the top here using my mouse wheel. Let's move on to replace, and actually replace these misspelled words. This would be a great time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's quick, easy, and it's free. So again, we can go up here to the Home tab and then choose under Editing, Replace, or we can just go over here and then hit Control H. And so you'll see multiple tabs. There's even a Find tab over here. Here in the Find tab, we can just do what we did earlier and find an exact phrase or word. Or we have the Replace tab. It's going to say, okay, find and replace. So it says find what? Let's type in what we want to find. We want to find the misspelled version, so with an X. And we want to replace it with the correct spelling with the K. Now, if we're uncertain, we can just go to Find Next and just look at the context to see if it really should be changed. If I hit Find Next, it's going to first highlight it down here so I can find it, and then I can hit Replace. Then I can say Find Next. So it's found the next instance of it spelled wrong here on page 2, and I could click Replace. But we're not going to do that because that's kind of a waste of time. If you are pretty confident of what it needs to be replaced with, you might as well just hit Replace All. So I'm going to hit Find Next just to get us back to the top. It says we're finished searching the document. Hit OK. And now I'm going to say, you know what? Let me just replace all. Anything with an X, I want you to replace with a K, Rubik's to Rubik. And let's hit Replace All. It says all done. We've made 2 replacements. Hit OK. And then we can actually close that. And you can see here, here's Rubik's spelled correctly. And then on the next page, it's spelled correctly. So you could have an instance where you have 100, 200, 300 words that need to be updated. Maybe you're writing a story and you're using a character's name and you realize, you know what, I want to change that character's name. You can update it really easily just with a couple of clicks with a Find and Replace. Control F is Find, Control H is Replace. So the Find and Replace is really powerful. However, it's even more powerful than that. I can go in here and say, you know what, I want to actually do more than that. Let's hit Control H for Replace. Here's our previous changes we had up here. Let's delete that. And let's do for find, let's just type in Rubik's. And then we'll replace that with, so we're replacing Rubik's with Rubik's. What's the point of that? It's because the Rubik's we're replacing it with will have a different format. So if this part isn't already open, you hit More. And if you want to close it, you just hit Less. All right, so let's come down here and actually replace the format. So make sure that replace with is actually checked. Make sure you're actually on this one. this box, you left click, so you're actually in this replace with. If you're over here, it'll try changing what you're looking for to a different format. So we're going to replace it, the format. We're going to hit format here, go to font. We can change the font style. Let's make it bold. Let's go maybe to 16, and then hit under font color. Let's change that to green. Hit OK. Notice we're finding the word Rubik's and replacing it with the word Rubik's with font 16, bold, and then this font color. So let's go to replace all. It says all done. We've made 3 replacements. Hit OK on that. And you can see it's changed it here, here, and then again here. So that's a really quick way to find a word if you really wanted to change all the formatting of that particular word. Again, the find works the same way. We could actually have clicked find, done the same thing, and it'll find a specific word with that specific style. When you're comfortable with this feature, move on to the next video and I will teach you something new. This would be a great time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's quick, easy, and it's free.